Organic is the new buzzword on the street, or rather in grocery stores. But what is it that sets organic food apart from other foods?
When it comes to making salad, of course, lettuce is the essential ingredient. But have you ever asked yourself, where do these funky little leaves come from in the bag? Well, that's why we're here in Ceres. And as you can see, I'm surrounded by the very lettuce you will find in this packet. And what makes it special, it's that it's 100% organically grown. Organically grown means that there is absolutely no use of chemicals, fertilizers, pesticides, and it's not even processed with any additives or ionizing radiation. Kind of strange, I know, but it's actually really good for the environment. So let's go find out more about how we go from there to here.
Organic farming relies on a balanced relationship between the crops and the immediate environment, be it climate, the many insects that interact with the crops, and of course, the basic quality and consistency of the soil.
Francois, I do realize that obviously in farming, whatever crops you're growing, they need to grow in soil. And that's obviously one of the most important parts of organic farming. So what makes your soil different to that of a conventional farmer?
I think the biggest characteristic of organic farming is that your soil is nice and crumbly. So if you want to look at your soil like this, it must have a nice loose texture. You also have earthworms in the soil, as you can see here. The different earthworms and all the different bacteria. Just the whole microbial soil life is so important. It must have a nice earthy smell.
Oh, yes.
And it must have a nice dark brown color like this. Any pale soil would show that it's low in humus, which means that it's got low organic matter in the soil. Again, there's less nutrients for the plant.
Francois, I'm looking at these amazing heads of lettuce around us, and I can see they're healthy, they're green, and yet you don't use any pesticides or chemicals whatsoever. So how is it possible then that these plants are so healthy with absolutely no pests or insects on them?
It's really true that in nature, all plant problems are stress related. So if you have insect damage, it means that those plants are stressed. They send out a signal that they are stressed and that they actually need to be destroyed. So you've got a healthy soil, healthy plants, they're less stressed. Therefore the insects are not going to attack them and you're not going to have that problem. So we don't really have to intervene if nature is well balanced and nature is basically in charge. If you have a look at this fly over here, that is a predator fly. That controls the little leaf miner, which makes little holes in the leaves and burrow in the leaves and cause problems for the lettuce.
Okay, Francois, where we are, I see a few different types of lettuce, but I also know you grow gooseberries and millies and marrows and all sorts of other different things on the farm. Why is it that you grow so many different kinds of crops?
It helps us a lot with our crop rotation. You want different kinds of vegetables amongst each other because they all require different nutrients, but they all put different nutrients back into the soil. It keeps your soil healthy by rotating different types of vegetables all the time.
Once they're naturally grown and then picked, the lettuce enters the packaging phase, and this is the last thing that takes place before they're delivered to supermarkets. Here, a team of workers separate, wash and seal the lettuce in packs of differing weights according to what each individual store requires. The process is efficient and ensures that we get the freshest quality food in the quickest time after being packed. And all you have to do is grab a bag off the shelf and enjoy.
From farm to shelf, organic food certainly seems to be the new revolution in our food. But it's interesting to note that in this high-tech time, we're going back to the most perfect science there is, Mother Nature.